Hi, my name's Kyle and we're doing a demonstration on our construction joint filler series of products. Now, once you've cut your slots for the fibre optic network, we've got just over here we've got a 1 metre slot that is a little bit bigger than 10 mil, but that's all we've got to play with today. And we're just going to show you how we go about best practice reinstating that slot. So we have two products. We have our asphalt and our concrete products, and we're going to use the concrete product today. They essentially used exactly the same, so the methodology is exactly the same, doesn't matter what product you're using. So the very first thing we do is, once you've swept your slot and you've got your 10 mil slots, we take our primer product and we're going to lay that across the bottom of our slots. Now the reason we do that is, well, there's a couple of reasons. One is we want to waterproof the bottom of our slots, and two, we want to help bed in and stick our construction joint filler product in there as well. So it takes a little bit of practice to get exactly the right amount of primer in the slot, because you don't want to put in too little that it's not waterproofing, and you don't want to put in too much because otherwise it comes out and splurts out the sides when you go to compact the construction joint filler. So we're just going to lay that across the bottom. And that looks about the right amount. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up our concrete product. Now this product here is more sticky than our asphalt alternative, and it also goes off a little bit more quickly. So it's really important that once you've finished using the product, you fold it back up, put it back in the bucket and seal the lid, if you're going to want to reuse it again, which of course you will want to. So if you leave it on the back of the truck, just in its plastic bag opened, you will end up with problems and it's going to go off very quickly. So this product here was made a week ago, and it's flows very easily. And that will just about do it. So it flows very easily. Now that I've finished with it, I'm going to just wrap it up and put it back in my buckets for next time. Now I'm just going to get Praneet to give me a hand here. So what we do is we have, now because this is a very sticky product, we've pre-lubricated his little T-tool with some e-release. Really important you use the e-release, otherwise the product, which is very sticky, is going to stick to everything. So what I've done already is I've cut a little, just with my little knife, I've just inserted a little hole, just dug in a little hole on the top, so that when I turn it over like this, it's just going to drip, 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 which is exactly what you want, because if you don't do that, it's all going to stick to the top of the wheel, and as you're compacting it, it's going to pull it up, which is no good at all. So Praneet, I'm going to go over here. Praneet's going to, we've got two tools. So one was going to compact it, and then the T-tool here is going to move it around so we can compact it several times. So Praneet, can you just push that in there? Excellent. So I'm going to go over. So I've gone through once. We've found that it's probably 3 times. So now that I've finished, I don't want to waste my e-release, so I'll flick it up while I wait for Praneet to. That's excellent. Now what I can just start to see is some of the primer coming through, which is just about perfect. So if we can see the primer coming through, we know it's doing its job. It's going up the sides and sticking to the sides. It's also waterproofing the bottom. It's also going to help the construction joint filler to stay in the slot and stick there. So we'll just run over that one more time. It's actually pretty good. Now, if we didn't have the e-release on here, what would end up happening is we'd be picking all this up, and all the good work that we've just done would be picking up on the wheel, and it'd also be sticking all over the T-tool as well, and then that makes a heck of a job for cleaning up later. Now that we're finished, we've probably put down a little bit too much primer, and here's an example of what happens when we put down too much primer, just in this one little slot here, because it wasn't very deep. So our little slot wasn't very deep, so I put down a little bit too much, and it's just started to come up a little bit too much, not the end of the world. And we just pull the excess away. And we can pick that up and put that back in our bag, and we just get a broom and we tidy it up and we broom it. So it's so now once we've got a broom, I didn't bring a broom with us. This is now ready and a completed job. So we want to see a little bit of primer come through, not as much as what we've got here, but what it means is it's going to last, it's going to stay there. All right, yeah, if you've got any questions, please go on the website or give us a call here at Highway 1 and we'll be glad to answer them. Thank you very much.